inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you, 'cause real women don't bitch, no. Real women don't, 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 real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because building mental muscle is necessary in order to implement successful business strategies. This show has been created for the woman who is not excuse-driven and needs help building a profitable business. I will be interviewing women from various fields who are willing to break the silence on struggles that specifically affect female entrepreneurs. Welcome to a show where I and guest speakers from time to time share our methods that help us beast our business no matter what is going on in our lives. Whether you are an online or brick and mortar business owner, this show is for you. We will hit every angle, personal, professional, and spiritual. Why? Because on any given day, you get hit with shit from a scenario involving one, more, or perhaps all of the above. It all impacts you and your mindset towards your business. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we dive deep into the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. Ladies, I do not want this to be a week where it just sounds like I am fussing every 5 minutes. It's so contrary to the name of the podcast. Real Women Don't Bitch, but I just keep hearing these things that are getting under my skin, and I want us to stop saying stuff that doesn't make sense. What you talk about, you bring about. Words, they shape your life. The most powerful gift you have is your voice. You speak things into existence. That's why people have mantras and they quote scriptures that say, you can make a mountain move, because somebody really understands the power of your voice. And I want to address a phrase, and I would like to challenge you guys not to say this anymore. I don't know who came up with the phrase that you should undercharge and overdeliver, but it is pathetic. And the reason is because what I'm seeing is a bunch of women who think that they're doing a phenomenal job with their business because they're not charging ridiculously high rates, but yet they are blowing their clients' socks away because they're giving more than they anticipated. What it's looking like is these women, you guys with this phenomenal gift, these wonderful skills, you are slaving in something that you love, all in the name of doing a good deed. That isn't the reason why you jumped into entrepreneurship. You jumped into entrepreneurship to be unique and divine and to provide a phenomenal experience. Instead of saying undercharge and over deliver, how about you strive to create raving fans? How about you strive to apply the wow factor? I'm going to tell you something. My clients don't cheer for me any less because I charge more. If anything, the more that I've charged, the more praise I've received. Because if somebody can go from spending a measly $200 with me and getting some results, but my expertise grows and somebody else comes and spends $600, but then later on my expertise grows and somebody comes and spends $1,000, and yet my expertise grows and then somebody comes and spends $4,000, guess what? The pain of the detachment from that money, yet the pleasure in the belief of obtaining a desired outcome has them so excited that they are going to be fully immersed into what I'm doing. And between my expertise and their energy and effort, an outcome even greater is going to come forth every single time. And I had a client recently who shared one of my podcasts and was like, I'm one of the baddest business coaches that she's ever seen. And I made her feel like she can take over the world because there's some things that she wasn't doing. She didn't even realize that she could do in her business because she didn't know. I brought some things to the table, but you know what? She's a hell of a client because she was like, oh, okay. Well, if I can do that, well, then let me give it a shot. And she started implementing things right away. She didn't hesitate. And you want to know why? Because the price tag said, I'm not going to hesitate. I'm committed. I'm all in. And she saw phenomenal results just coming week after week so rapidly and so quickly. Ladies, you're not turning people on because you aren't charging them enough. What you're doing is you're putting yourself in a place where you're putting out forced energy to serve. And forced energy when you're serving does not feel as good as this, like, you know what? I just got extra time. And so, yeah, we can stay on the phone. I'm going to bless you. Oh, you got a little issue? No, we're not going to do some messenger thing. Hop on the phone with me really quick, sweetie. Let's talk about this thing because I was just chilling anyway. This is the place that you want to be in. Trust me. I remember the days when all I wanted was for someone to see me, to acknowledge the videos, to reach out to me and say that they wanted to hire me as a coach, to give a response to a message when I reached out. I remember those days, and there were times when it was a grind and I was doing anything and everything that I could do to get my business moving forward. But that's not the way that it is always supposed to be. And the more strategically you start off, the better sound of judgment you start off with, the more rapidly you move and you grow at an accelerated rate. With the wisdom to skip over potholes and to skip steps 1 through 3 because they don't work, and to go over here and modify the plan and just do step 1 over here and jump to this, and to do those things, that wisdom, it is so freaking phenomenal and beneficial. But we have to stop saying things that are wiring not just our subconscious, but our conscious mind to say, you know what, in order for me to really woo people in and make them feel good, I need to undercharge and over deliver. No, you appropriately charge. You appropriately deliver, and then you have these bonus things that you do when necessary to apply the wow factor. I remember one time I had a client who was doing great. She was really, really doing a phenomenal job, and she was at a crossroad, and I had no idea that this crossroad was coming up. But there was something phenomenal that was about to happen to her. And I was looking at something and it made me think of her. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to reach out to her. And just from reaching out, it could have been a quick conversation. But no, those words, hey, how are you doing? Because of what she was going through at that moment, she broke down on me. And she was like, I'm feeling this, I'm thinking this, I'm doing that. This was not during a time of her regular session. As a matter of fact, it was a week that she had off. And I was on the phone with her for about 50 minutes doing some work on an issue that rose up with her and that was blocking her from doing this next thing that she needed to do in order to jump into this next phenomenal phase. Because we stayed on that phone and I gave her a couple of things to do, and she reached out to another support system that she had, because I was like, this is something that's bigger than just you and me, babe. You know, and she had a community of people to surround her. She literally unleashed that thing. It was a mindset block, and it was a heavy spiritual block as well. And then literally within a 48-hour period, that explosion and that breakthrough happened in her business. The thing that's in her mind is the fact that I reached out to her in that moment. In that very moment where she was about to break down and I didn't have a clue. That was a wow factor. It wasn't because I decided that maybe I should over deliver and surprise her and let her know that she's going to get 2 extra sessions per month so that I would be working harder, or because I said I would take on some tasks or do some things that I really didn't want to do. Think about how you can apply the wow factor Keep it unique by design to every individual, or maybe there's just some kind of wow factor that you have implemented in the structure of onboarding or, bringing people into your programs or whatever it is that you do. But do the wow factor. That's what you focus on. But please, ladies, let's stop saying that we are going to undercharge and over deliver. Okay? Once again, simple nugget. Let's rewire our mindset so that we can be more profitable in business and we can hang in the game. All right? That's your nugget. I'm out. Deuces. Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomendon'tbitchpodcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. Signing out. Deuces.
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar.